Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Corey Huff, founder of The Abundant Artist. And today is day one of our Abundant Artist PR challenge, media challenge. Basically, this week we're trying to get you, as the artist, to get out and get some free press about your art, get people writing and talking about you. Okay, so how do we do this? In today's email that I sent out about an hour ago or 2 hours ago, something like that, I mentioned that today, Monday, the thing to do is to pick your targets. If you want to get press for your art, the first thing to do is identify the organizations that you think are likely to write about you. And I see a bunch of people getting ready to or jumping onto the live broadcast. If you're here, feel free to say hi. And if you have questions about today's PR challenge, feel free to type those questions in the comments. I will get to those as I can. It should be a relatively short broadcast today. I'm aiming for about 15 minutes. But I want to make sure, hey, Christy, I want to make sure that all of you understand what we're trying to do today. And this really is a simple challenge that maybe take you about an hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on how your Google foo skills are. Excuse me. Hey, Beverly. So in a straightforward way, this is very simple. All you need to do is identify 10 media organizations that are a good fit to write about your work. And a media organization can be a broad range of things. If you are an emerging artist who doesn't have a lot of press yet and doesn't have a lot of people talking about you yet, you're probably not going to get into the New York Times. We're not aiming to get you into the New York Times this week. We're simply aiming to give you the experience of getting somebody to write about your work. So this could be an individual blogger or a blog with a small following. This could be a local newspaper. It could be a small magazine. It could be a local TV station. Any of those things are relatively accessible, even for very new artists. Okay, so on today's challenge page and in today's email, if you've signed up for the challenge with your email address, there's a link to our media organizations spreadsheet. And you can also access that if you head over to theabundantartist.com. And Christy says, my cousin has a son who works for the CBC. Nice. Use those connections. Head on over to theabundantartist.com, and in the free resources section, the free membership resources section, there is a spreadsheet called Art and Design Magazines and Blog Media Contacts. And basically what I've done is, to get you started, we have a list of, I think it's about 40, closer to 55 media organizations that regularly cover artists. So these are primarily art-focused magazines and blogs, and this is a great place to start. Now, as far as what you should say to them and what you are going to send them, don't worry about that right now. Today, all you're going to do is look at each of them and see which ones are a good fit, a good potential fit for your art. And I would not limit yourself to art magazines. So in addition to looking at our existing spreadsheet and the art magazines, you also want to look at media organizations that are related to your art in the following ways. I'm just going to pull up my notes here. The following ways. One, subject related. So let's say that you are painting about race cars. If you're painting about race cars, go ahead and look for blogs and media organizations that regularly cover race cars. Whatever the subject matter is, you can figure that out. If you're into that kind of thing, then you will know you may know what those magazines are, and if you don't, just try Googling them. If you don't know, if you're not having good luck with Google, you might also look at reddit.com, Reddit, and look for the subject matter. Just type in the search bar whatever subject matter you paint about, and you should see what's called a subreddit or a subforum for all kinds of different topics. Some of them may be related to your art, some of them not. But in those subforums, you should see links to different websites and stuff that people are talking about that are related to those subjects. And then you might look at those links to see whether or not they might be a good fit for writing about your work. Okay, so subject related, region related, so place related. Let's say that you are somebody who does paintings of the Oregon coast. Then you definitely want to look for websites that talk about the Oregon coast. tourism blogs, photography blogs, travel magazines, news organizations that cover the Oregon coast. All of those things are good candidates for writing and covering your art. And then finally, emotion related. So let's say that you're an artist who does abstract work, and the general sense of your work is peacefulness and happiness and joy. Then you might look at meditation magazines, yoga magazines, mindfulness magazines, and blogs and other organizations. So those are all some places to get started. So exercise your Google foo. And your Reddit links. And if you are having problems or struggles, go ahead and pop over to our Facebook group, the Art Marketing Challenges Facebook group, which you can find by searching Facebook. I'll also post a link directly to the group in the comments. Head on over to the group and share the media organizations that you are targeting and why you're targeting them. And then if you have additional questions throughout the day-to-day, feel free to post over there as well. We should be able to help you figure out at least 10 organizations that you can target this week. And tomorrow and for the rest of the week, we'll help you figure out what you're going to say, how you're going to approach these organizations. So that's really it. If anybody who is listening, there's only a handful of you, but if any of you are listening, feel free to post questions. Otherwise, I'll post links to the resources I mentioned in the comments, and you can get started. Have a good day. Good luck with the challenge.